Okay, so I'm just sitting down with my grandmother Anne. It's September 30th, 2024. It's a Monday, and I'm with her in Vernon, Anna. And so I'll just say the same thing I said to my other grandparents. I'm just doing this to learn about you a little bit more. And yeah, we're just going to do 1 hour. And to learn a bit more about whatever wisdom you've learned in your life.
Okay, start.
And passing that on. All right. So the first question is, I just like to know your name, your birthday, and where you were born.
My name is. You want my last name?
Mm-hmm.
My now last name?
How you were born, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ask it again.
Okay.
My name and birthday.
And your birthplace, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anna Flint. DeHaas.
Anna what?
DeHaas.
DeHaas, okay.
Anna DeHaas. And what else did you want to know?
Your birthday?
Oh, Anna DeHaas. I was born on August 22nd, 1952 in the Netherlands in the town of Arnhem, city of Arnhem.
In Arnhem. And what were your parents' names?
Wilhelmina and Dick. Or Dirk.
Do you remember your mom's maiden name?
Yes.
What was that?
Vandermeer.
Vandermeer. And were they both, do you know where they were both born?
They were both born in Arnhem.
And you remember their birthdays?
Yes, Grandpa was February 7th, 1920, 1919. And Grandma was August 23rd, 1919. She was, I might have that wrong. Trinity.
That's fine. It's okay. I have it too written down.
Yeah, because she was a bit older than Dad.
A little bit older than your dad?
So that's why the years. Okay.
And then this is the last, like, very factual question, which is, could you just tell me your children's names, their birthday, and where they were born?
Okay. Melissa was born. Do you want me to say Melissa Flynn?
Yeah.
Melissa Flynn was born in 1970 at where was it? University Hospital.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In Edmonton?
Yeah.
Who else?
Melanie was born in 1972 in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel was born at Jubilee in Victoria.
Dan was born in Victoria. What year was he born?
1975.
75. Okay. I didn't know Dan was born in Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting these other ones will be more personal and I think a bit easier to answer. What were your parents like when you were growing up? Like when you think of your dad, like what do you think of when you were a kid?
My dad.
When you're a little girl.
My dad was a wonderful dad. He was laid back and quiet and very loving.
Mm-hmm. And how about your mom? What's that mean? It's okay. It's just.
Oh, Mom was. Oh, you don't want to say it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a nice way you could say it if there's something you'd like to say.
Mom was sort of old-fashioned with her. Like letting you go out, to play outside or whatever.
What do you mean?
But what I remember most is when I went down to the swimming pool, she always made Linda go with me to make sure I wasn't talking to boys. That's, other than that. And I remember I asked Linda to turn on the coffee pot, take the coffee pot off, put it on another element, but she put it on the counter and it made a big black hole.
Linda did? Yeah, and?
My mom was happy because she was insured and she got nice new counters.
Oh. Who were you closest to in there?
Are you talking about my parents?
Yeah.
Probably my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
That's good. And so And they each had, I think I remember you telling me, I think your dad had a couple siblings, but your mom had a lot of siblings.
Yes, my dad had 2 sisters and a brother.
2 sisters and a brother.
Yeah, you know that probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jan.
And then your mom had like 7 or 8, right?
There's 14 in the family.
14.
2 of them died.
Wow.
I would have to look up the names.
Yeah, I
probably,
don't need all those names. So what do you think was the best thing each of your parents taught you?
I think morals.
Morals?
Right? We were brought up with morals. They didn't swear. They didn't. No, I would say morals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And brought us up to be polite, and yeah, I think they did a good job.
Mm-hmm. So these next questions are more about your childhood. Okay. So as a child, in their home, what did your everyday responsibilities look like?
What age are you talking about?
In the house before you finished high school.
Oh, well, help do the house cleaning, right?
Cleaning the house?
Yeah, clean the house, dust, vacuum.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever do cooking with your mom?
No, I don't think I cooked. I made toast.
Made toast?
That's cooking, isn't it?
Yeah, something. It gets it warm.
No, I don't. Mom did all the cooking.
Yeah?
And when she cooked, we would all get a piece of meat, and Grandpa would always get 2.
You get 2?
He's working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we got 1 hamburger, he got 2. That was nice.
That's nice.
I don't think my father ever cooked. I don't think.
You don't ever remember seeing him in front of the stove?
No.
What about an egg?
No.
No, not even?
No.
So yeah, your mom was pretty old fashioned with like just
she did all the
in the
cooking.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Kids get
Oh yeah, we did
be
the
good.
dishes, right?
Yeah.
Washed them and dried them.
Yeah.
And we had to polish the floors once, I don't know, every couple of weeks because it was wood, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, dusting, and we worked in the yard sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That was basically it.
Yeah.
And I used to go with my dad actually my dad taught me how to drive. It was at the airport, and he did some cleaning in some of the offices. So that's where he taught me to drive when I was about 15 or 14.
And he let you drive the car. Would he be on your lap, or he'd just kind of be next to you?
I was probably 15.
Oh, okay, yeah.
14. And there's no one on the road. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, basically he taught me how to drive.
Did you have a favorite subject when you were in school?
Yeah, I like things like biology, and I liked, what would you call it? Social studies.
Mm-hmm. Those are good ones.
I mean, everything was easy.
Yeah.
There was nothing I didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when I was young, I had something wrong with my kidneys. I remember the doctor came over and there was blood in my urine.
Mm-hmm.
He ran to the hospital and went to the hospital. And I don't know what exactly was wrong with my kidney. I mean, it was a kidney. And I wasn't, they had to buy no, like, margarine instead of butter.
Mm-hmm.
I had salt in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to stay home, I think it was for 2 months. I missed 2 months of school. And, and then I spent the summer at home. I was supposed to lay around a lot. I would be outside.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went back to school, and they put me, in those days, there was a smart class and a dumb class. Right? So because I missed 2 months of school, they put me in the dumb class. But I worked my way out of that really quick.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun being in one of those classes.
We talked. I mean, that's not what the teachers called it, but that we knew.
That's what all the kids said.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be in that.
No, I want to be in the dumb class. No, I did very well in school.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I think actually I should back up a minute because you have a bit of a unique beginning in your life. Because, yeah, you said you were born in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
But all your kids were born in Edmonton. So how did that happen again? How old were you?
When what?
Well, when you went from the
Canada,
Netherlands to come
I
to
was
Canada,
2.5.
you're 2.5.
Landed in Halifax, took a train to, what's that place called? A place outside of Edmonton, really small little town. But
St. Albert,
no,
Red Deer.
no, it was west. Just a crummy little town. Like,
Yeah.
It must have been a shock for my mom. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there were no sidewalks and it just was
Yeah, it was a wild.
bad. So we kind of moved up to another little house in St. Albert Trail.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a nice little suite downstairs below, like not right underneath, but the windows were, you know, you had light.
Yeah.
Under someone's house. And that's where Linda was born.
Oh.
And that's where I started grade 1.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to put your hand up, or if you have to go to the bathroom or something. Put my hand up and she didn't answer.
She didn't want to let you go sometimes.
What my pants?
Did you?
Well, your kid's scared, right?
Yeah.
You don't just walk up and walk out and go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
That would have been tough.
It was very traumatic.
It is interesting that you did come to Canada by boat. I particularly think because it just doesn't happen anymore.
No.
They don't. It's just not a thing that happens anymore. If people are going to immigrate, they're going to go by plane.
No, they loved the trip. My mom loved the trip on the ocean because they didn't have to take care of me because I had like a babysitting room or whatever.
Yeah.
So they could go enjoy their meals and everything.
Yeah.
Stick me down
a
there.
couple
I don't
weeks
remember
break.
that.
Do you remember how long it was?
No, I was only 2.
Do you remember your sisters or your mom saying how long? Like, I'm guessing it's got to be at least
Kobe
2
would
weeks.
probably know that. Yeah, 2 weeks to get across.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
No. Yeah, you'd have to look that up. You
Okay.
can look that up, how long it would take from the Netherlands to Halifax.
Okay. What is one of the best childhood memories you can remember?
Oh, I think going on holidays with Mom and Dad, we'd go to Banff and Jasper, and she'd pack up a nice buns and chillbund. Have you ever had chillbund?
No.
Oh, it's a cake, big cake with raisins in it, and you cut it up and have butter on it, and buns, and yeah, it was really fun.
That probably was pretty. Like, I would think your parents enjoyed like the grandeur of the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, of course.
Just as much as you kids, because what's the highest hill in the Netherlands? Like
probably
20 meters, 30 meters.
Probably
a
dike.
It's all flat.
I think the dike was probably.
Yeah.
But Jan, what was his name? Hans.
Yeah.
Jan Hans. He stuck his finger in the dike, saved it from breaking down.
Oh, is that an
It's a
old Dutch story?
Yes. I don't think her finger in the dike would
No.
stop anything.
Do you have a childhood moment that you were especially proud of, or a time you got in really big trouble that you can remember?
How old do you have to be? Anything?
Just you're in the home, you're in the house.
That you run away?
Did you run away? Oh yeah, you did with Grandpa, right? Did you get in big? Your mom probably did not like that.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't like it, but they were happy when we came back.
Yeah.
That was, we went to Napa Valley, right? He got a job up there cleaning around this estate, right?
What year was that?
Well,
You were like
15.
Mm-hmm.
So 1952 plus 15 is 67.
And that wasn't normal.
Oh.
Right? People were still finished. Because I know there was a time at some point when people didn't always finish high school. Right? It was just like, okay, go work.
Yeah.
But it was still, in those times, I think it was still pretty normal to finish school, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't. 311.
Did you guys have a motive to run away like that? Like, had something happened in Max's home, in Grandpa's home, or in your home that you're like, let's leave?
No, I don't know. I think we just wanted to. Maybe I had to be home early all the time and stuff. Oh, I don't know if I should tell you this. And I snuck out the window.
You snuck out the window at night? That's when you guys took off?
No, we didn't take off. We met at the
Oh, you would go meet Grandpa at
Yeah,
night, sneaking
yeah.
out the window?
Yeah. The first night I was supposed to meet him, he wasn't where I was supposed to meet him. So I had to get up in the window back by myself.
And I guess you couldn't just
Knock
couldn't like
on
just
the door.
call him or knock on the door. Yeah.
Yeah, I fell out of the house, Mom.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We went to Napa Valley and San Francisco to what did hippies called it there? Ash. There was a place where all the hippies were, so they pointed us towards that. But
Yeah.
we didn't get involved in any. Yeah, at that time, I remember we were visiting people, and they were doing pills and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never did.
You guys never did any of that?
Never did any of that. No.
Did you guys have a car?
Yeah, yeah.
Did Max have a car? Did you guys borrow a car?
No, he had no. Was it a Volkswagen? Could be a Volkswagen.
Yeah, Grandpa's what? He's 2 years older, so he was probably working. Is that why he had a car? Yeah. Okay. Okay. What is one of the so I got another question here. What is one of the biggest differences that you've seen in your life with how kids are raised today, in contrast to how you remember bringing up with your parents?
Yeah, I think our parents were more strict than people are now. Parents now, yeah, definitely. And we were able to go anywhere as long as you came home before dark. It's not like now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a ravine across the house, and my girlfriend and I played in it all the time. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just come home when it got dark. And I'm still in touch with her. She's in Australia now, and she was running for mayor.
She was running from what?
Running to be mayor.
Oh, to be mayor.
Town. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's very educated.
Do you think that those things are better, that parents are less strict, or do you just think it's like a trade-off, like you're going to get a different result and some things may be better but not?
Well, I think you have to go by the rules sometimes, right? I mean, obviously you have to be home, if we were out dating, you have to be home by 10, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you just know when to go home, right? If it's getting dark, you tell them where you went, and you didn't have to worry about it. Now you wouldn't let a kid go in a ravine.
Well, I would probably, but I remember we always had a call before dark with my dad or mom, like just call and let me know where you are, right? Like that was kind of the thing, and you had to usually be home by a certain time, but you definitely had to call.
I must say, we did phone my mom from Seattle, Mom and Dad, and said
we're alive.
We're not coming home right now.
Was that during the school year when you guys ran away, or was that in the summer? Like, were you on break for summer school?
I think it was in the summer, because I remember when we came home, my Auntie Anne was there.
Mm-hmm.
That probably embarrassed Mom, me coming home.
Anna's running about. Oh, that's funny.
We didn't do anything bad. I mean, he worked and we managed to eat.
Yeah.
Except going home, we ran out of gas.
So how did you get home?
I can't remember how this happened, but there was a policeman, and we needed gas, right? But anyway, before all that, he gave us a place to stay and brought food.
The policeman did?
Yeah. And then we had no money to get home, so we left our camera, and we would send him the money. So we sent him the money when we got home. We got our camera back.
Yeah,
Can you imagine traveling with nothing, no money?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
But that's probably the fun of youth, that sometimes you do those things.
And it was such a beautiful trip. We'd never been to such a nice place like California, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that was nice.
How was love expressed in your family?
It wasn't really. People didn't go around like they do nowadays, hugging each other and saying, I love you, I love you.
Really?
We kissed our parents goodnight.
Mm-hmm.
And they taught us our prayers at bedtime. And
So you would I guess you would just hug your dad and kiss before you go to bed, and that was it.
Yeah. Dad always kissed us when he came home from work. We would be sitting at the kitchen table. He'd walk in the back door. We'd all get a kiss, and he was all sweaty. he worked at Engine Rebuilders, so that was hard work.
Yeah, I bet that would be tough.
And do you want me to mention when Dad got sick, or is that further down?
You can mention it now if you'd like.
Okay. Well, when I was in high school, Dad started walking kind of. My friend thought he was drunk, but he had multiple sclerosis, so he was not allowed to. He couldn't work anymore at the auto shop, right? Engine Rebuilders. He couldn't do that anymore. So he got a security job at a liquor store.
Yeah.
And then.
Did that make things harder at home?
No,
like
we never
financially or anything?
I think they had to go ask for welfare when he couldn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And they weren't nice.
They weren't nice about giving it.
No, my dad started looking up everything, what he would, maybe get from Holland. Yeah, and he did get that.
Because he was in the army over there, right?
Yeah, he was in the army for 2 years training. Everyone had to.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But anyway, he got pension and everything from Holland, and Mom worked babysitting sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not all day, but she did that. We never heard anything about being poor or having no food. Never.
It just wasn't talked about, I guess.
They never talked about money to us.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to worry about anything, right? We were comfortable, not rich, but we always had good food and nice clothes, and we went on holidays, Jasper, rides on Sunday.
Yeah, the important things.
Yeah, we usually dressed up on Sundays.
Dresses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to church, not regularly, but...
Like once a month, maybe?
No, maybe you wouldn't go for a month. Maybe the other month you'd go 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about in the holidays?
What about it?
Would you go on all the Easter and Christmas and... Would you go to church on those days?
Oh,
usually?
No. I think we maybe went Christmas Eve.
Would you... I'm just thinking back to when you said your parents would teach you your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Would they teach you those in English or in Dutch?
Heer Vader in de hemel, kijk naar mij met liefde neer, neem mij aan schoon jong en klein, laat me van schaapje toe. En ik sluit mijn oogjes van mijn handjes, buig mijn knietjes voor u neer. Lieve Vader in de hemel, kijk op mij met liefde neer. Yeah, I still could speak.
And what about your mom? And this isn't in my list question, but I'm just curious. Would your parents use English in the house, or would they speak Dutch to each other and to you children?
I think when they first moved to Canada, we spoke Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Mom and Dad. Well, my dad was pretty educated. He knew a lot of English.
Mm-hmm.
He could make his way.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom learned it.
Mm-hmm.
I now that I'm realize that it's not easy to learn a new language.
Mm-hmm.
What was something happened? What did she say to someone? I think they said, "Oh, my horse had a cold," and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry." She thought he said the horse had a cold.
But what did they say? What did they say?
Well,
not a horse had a cold.
The guy said his horse had a cold.
Yeah.
And my mom thought she said the horse had a cold.
Oh, a colt. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Not a colt, but a cold.
Oh, okay.
She said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. That's funny.
Am I answering these things okay for you?
Yeah, you're doing terrific.
Okay.
the next thing, I think you were kind of touched on this, but do you have a favorite family trip? I know you talked about
As
you
a
went to,
family?
yeah, with your parents.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we went to Prince George, and we didn't go. We went to Banff, Jasper, Prince
Mm-hmm.
George, Sylvan Lake, lakes around Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, oh, and we went to this place called Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
It's where the group, what's the name of the group? The Canadian group. They all grew up there.
Nickelback?
Yes, Nickelback.
They're in Alberta, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they were born in Hannah. We always used to stop for coffee there when we went to visit our relatives in Calgary.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, when I heard Hannah, when I watched that show, Nickelback, I thought, oh, I know Hannah.
That's funny, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So the questions are going to shift a little bit. They're more about starting your life out.
Okay.
Slash high school. Okay.
Okay, high school.
Did you know who you wanted to be in high school or what you wanted to do?
Well, all I can remember is um, you could take law and something else if you wanted to be secretary or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my parents told me to take that course, not the university course.
No.
Right, right. But what else did you want to know about that?
Yeah, just if you knew he wanted to be in high school.
Well, I just assumed I was going to be like secretarial or something, right?
And
because that was the course, business.
And your mom didn't really, well, she did some babysitting, but it wasn't common for women to work always then, right?
Oh, they
When
were
you were a kid?
fair. They were
Yeah?
fair. I remember, let's say when I went to Linwood, I was 6 years old. Yeah, I remember going to friends' houses and
Mm-hmm.
their mothers were working.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
But some.
Yeah.
What was your first job, Grandma? What did you do?
I worked at the Dutch bakery in St. Albert.
Yeah.
I washed the big pans.
Oh, that doesn't sound as fun as I thought it was at first.
And then I worked for a Jewish couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a nanny for the summer, right?
Yeah.
So I have to entertain them.
How old were those kids? Do you remember?
I think maybe 4, maybe 7 and 9.
Just you for those 3 kids?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty busy.
Yeah, they had to play room downstairs, but they had a cottage at Cedar Beach.
Is that a lake in Alberta?
Yeah, and it was right on the beach, right? So
So
it was really nice.
So you would go there?
Yeah, I'd go there with them.
Oh.
He wasn't always there because he owned Alberta Bakery, and he had to. Yeah, I remember he'd come home and lay down on the couch.
Yeah.
Really nice people, and the grandfather's name is Zeta, and I can't remember what you call mother. But anyway, he let me cut his hair.
Yeah.
Grandpa. Yeah, that was cute. They're such a nice family.
Did you stay with them when you were working as a nanny? Like over the summer?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the idea? That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and then during the year they called me a few times because they have special holidays where they spend it at the church, right?
Mm.
So, but yeah, I learned water skiing there, and yeah, and my mom said I came back fat. Well, they have good food, and
Thanks,
they
Mom.
have,
right?
Yeah, they have good food, and they were kosher. You had meat dishes and you had milk dishes, and you couldn't mix them. So one meal you could have milk and whatever else you make in milk.
Mm.
And the next one you could have, that's another set of dishes, that's your meat dishes.
Mm.
Like really different, eh?
Yeah.
But lovely people. That's about all my jobs were when I was young.
Yeah. Do you have a funny memory you recall as a young adult?
A funny memory.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I can't.
Or the most. Yeah, anything funny you guys ever did, or I don't know, that you can remember?
Like you so funny.
Were you funny?
Maybe that was funny. Oh, give me an example. Like, what did some other people say? Maybe it will give me something really funny.
You know, I'm not that funny either, so I don't know. We can, you know what? We can just leave that one, and we can go through some other ones, and we can come back to it if we'd like.
Something funny.
What's one of the things what are you happy about you did as a young adult? Was there like any specific things you did that you're like, you know, I'm looking back, I'm really happy I did that as a young adult? What about a trip with Grandpa? You happy you did that?
I didn't have a trip with Grandpa. I told you though.
To California?
No.
With Max?
Yeah.
My grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, is that funny?
No, the next question was, what are you happy you did as a young adult?
Oh, okay. I'm happy I did that. It was fun. Yeah. And what else did I? Well, we you know, we used to go visit friends and stuff when you're that age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to their house, they come to your house. So we had a couple of sets of good friends,
Mm-hmm.
play cards and stuff.
Is there anything that you wish you did differently starting out?
I wish I married a millionaire.
A millionaire?
No. You don't think about that. And we always did well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's good. When and where did you meet Grandpa?
You mean your grandpa?
Yeah.
I think I met him in a bowling alley. He was with some other guys. And
Is it in Edmonton?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, St. Albert.
St. Albert?
And we were talking for a while, and then he said, what did he say? Something like, don't go away, don't be mad, just a sarcastic thing. Is that still running?
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't go away mad, just go away. Doesn't that sound like Grandpa?
That's so romantic. And you knew, wow, what a charmer.
Yeah, that shows you when, you know, it was ingrained in him from his father.
Yeah. When did you know?
But I don't think he really wanted me to go away.
No, he didn't.
I guess not.
I don't think so.
No.
I think he was just trying to get your attention, it sounds like.
I think so.
Leave a memory.
Yeah.
When did you know that you know, liked him, so to say? And
well, probably when I met him. You know, that was one incident. And then one day they were driving by with his friend Danny Nimsick, who died in an accident. Maybe
I heard of him.
Yeah. You need a ride? Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Was there?
We'd go. Oh, I remember he took me out with my first dinner.
Yeah. Your first date was with?
No, but the first time we went out for dinner.
Yeah.
And it was downtown Edmonton. You go downstairs. It was a popular place. And so we were going to have food. So he said, what do you want? And I said, I'll have some French fries. And then he ordered a trout.
A trout?
He ordered trout, and I had chips. I didn't, you know, I mean, when I went out for a snack when you were a kid, you'd have fries and a drink or something, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of didn't luck out on that meal.
So do you think he was just really, like, hungry? I'd never order a trout. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it's trout, it was fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it have the head on?
I can't remember. Come on.
I don't know.
60 years ago.
What else did you like anything specific about him? Did you think he was funny or loud or handsome or?
I thought he was good looking and he was nice and he treated me well, like always.
Yeah. That's good. Where are we?
He treated me very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really loved me.
Do you guys go on lots of dates frequently?
Oh yeah, we were together all the time.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I could get out.
Yeah, as much as your mom would let you.
Yeah.
Did she let you go out with Grandpa as much after you guys went to California, or was she?
No, well then it was.
Was she really guarded?
No.
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 She was accepting of it. You think a bit?
Yeah. Dad really liked Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Max really liked my dad. I think everybody liked my dad.
Yeah.
You met him.
I
You met my dad.
I
Do you
I
know
don't
what I'm
remember.
talking about? Melanie was pregnant and she put Grandpa's hand on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I actually remember my dad meeting.
You keep DNA of your kids' DNA and of your kids.
Pardon me.
When your child is born, you still have some of its DNA.
No, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
look it up. It's interesting. You always have that.
That's
the mother.
Cool. That's cool. You saying how I think everybody liked my dad. Because I think your parents were on the same street as my dad growing up, I believe.
Yes.
And I remember, so speaking of your father, I know my dad liked always going to visit your dad because he was a mechanic, and I think I remember Dad saying he had like books on cars and stuff, and he liked talking to him, and he was nice.
To Max's dad?
No. To your dad, Dirk.
Yeah.
In White Rock.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying, even my dad liked your dad.
When we lived in, Max lived 3 doors down from where we were.
I didn't know that. In St. Albert?
No, it was in Edmonton.
In Edmonton?
Yeah, he lived 3 doors down from me. We never knew each other.
That's funny.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
That was weird when we found that out. That was when I told you when we moved into this suite below
a house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, 3 houses down. Isn't that strange?
It's a coincidence, all right.
Yeah, it was fated.
Okay, so this is now moving a little bit into like being a parent, and so this one's what was it like transitioning to be a first-time parent?
You had to transition to not getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
No. What I remember when you bring the baby home, you can't stay out of the bedroom. You keep walking over and looking at the baby.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I remember when Ryan was born, we were just so worried all the time.
Really?
Not worried, maybe worried, just like careful. Like we always
like, can this break?
Yeah, like am I gonna hurt him? Is he sleeping? Is he okay sleeping? Is he still breathing?
Yeah, that's what.
Right? Is he wet?
We would do that. Is he breathing? Is she breathing?
Yeah.
She was fine. But no, we just kept going. You just keep going into a room and looking at the baby just to look at them.
And they are bloody cute.
Yes.
Well, even with Danny, right? Danny's almost 6 months.
He still will peek.
And he still peek. Oh my God, he's so cute.
Yeah, they are cute. Well, I guess I'm not the only one that went looking in the bedroom all the time.
No.
Well, especially if they were sleeping. That was nice.
Yeah.
You look at them. Oh, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
But when Daniel was born, it was pretty quick after he was born. We had to take him to the doctor. He kept throwing up kind of, what do you call it? When it comes out quick. Projectile.
Mm-hmm.
Projectile. Vomiting. And it was pyloric stenosis is what it was called. The little flap wasn't opening or something.
In his throat?
No, in his tummy.
In his stomach?
Somewhere down there. Yeah.
That was probably pretty scary.
Yeah, but he got that done, and I'm amazed I can remember the name. Pyloric stenosis.
Did they go down his throat then to do that, or did they go like into his tummy?
Yeah, I think they would have gone into his tummy.
Yikes.
Yeah, I can't remember. You didn't ask things like that, actually. Did you go through the throat? You're just happy your kid's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. Thank goodness. Do you have a favorite parenting memory?
favorite parenting memory?
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me an example.
Sure. One of my favorite memories, I would say, being a parent, was when I saw Ryan walk for the first time.
Oh, that kind of. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very exciting. So I would have to say, yeah, that was big.
When Melissa walked for the first time,
Yeah,
do you remember? How old was she when she walked?
I think
You remember?
between 11 and 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they start climbing up on the coffee tables at about what, 6 months?
Me, Danny still likes rolling around, but
Yeah.
he can't crawl yet. No.
No.
But maybe they did. I don't know. Some babies are different. What was my mom like as a child?
My mom.
My mom, Melanie.
Oh, what was your mom like as a child?
Yeah.
Loud.
Loud? Were the other ones loud or just mom?
No, just mom.
Mom?
Just your mom.
What else?
Oh, she was funny.
Mm-hmm.
She was very busy, like very busy little girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she was a good girl. They were all good,
Mm-hmm.
and they all slept really good, like when they were babies.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't often have to get up at night.
That's nice.
Yeah. No, they were good. Melanie, yeah, she was just always busy, right?
I can pause it. Will you get the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start it again. Yeah, so we got about another 15 minutes or so. If we'll call it at that for an hour. We were just talking about my mom as a child. You said she was busy. What was she busy doing usually?
Playing.
Playing?
Yeah, just busy.
What did she like to play with? That you remember?
Barbie stuff. She got a Barbie bus and a Barbie doll and Barbie clothes and the whole shebang.
Like very feminine things,
Yes.
usually.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we get into a little more serious things, ish. So this next one's, what's the best advice you've ever received, and who gave it to you?
Oh, best advice.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an example.
Sure. So something I remember my grandpa Bob saying to me is be curious. But I think Max said it first, and he said something to me like, whatever you want, just keep pointing in the direction, and every day wake up and just keep trying to push for that thing, and eventually you'll get there. Or I remember my dad telling me when I was a teenager, you don't want the girl that to date that's showing herself all the time. He said you want the girl that's wearing the sweater or that's covering herself. I don't know if that's the best advice I've ever received.
Wow.
But when you put me on this, but when you asked me, Ryan said that. So
that's cute.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say any of that's the best advice I've received, but it's just something that comes to my mind right away.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Best advice. Invest your money.
Invest your money? Okay.
Well, really, that is what
Mm-hmm.
you were expecting, something a little more fun.
I don't know, like, and everyone's experience is different, but like maybe like your parents or siblings or a close friend, or maybe you kind of always just knew what it is that you wanted to do or what to do, and you didn't seek advice, but everyone's different.
Yeah. What kind of answer do you want? Like, what's my best advice?
Yeah, no, what have you, like, who if anyone's ever given you great advice, and who gave it?
Probably my ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. And
Gerard.
Yeah, what did he tell you?
Well, just, my dad just broken up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Get your life going, do what you want to do. So we ended up going to Hawaii, Fiji, and Australia.
That is good advice.
It was. It it was a hard time in my life.
You were probably, well, how did you feel then at that time in your life?
Well, that was just, we were broken up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I don't know how I didn't feel great,
No.
but I lived downtown,
Yeah.
and that was fun because it's fun sitting on the street, watching people, right?
Downtown Vancouver, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where I met Gerard. I was sitting having a Coke. Well, actually, we passed each other. He was walking this way, I was or that way and that way, and I crossed the street, and all of a sudden, now I got a Coke. I was sitting. All of a sudden, he came. Do you speak French? I said, no, I do not speak French. And then we started talking. He was going to go to China, and I said, oh. I said, I've always wanted to go to Australia. So, I think the next day we went to a video store and got a video on Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was our plans. But we had a lot of fun. We went camping. We had a lot of fun.
It sounds like he kind of like taught you about maybe just enjoying some of the pleasantries of life. Yes.
Yeah, he was very, very wise, very smart.
Mm-hmm. Is there any advice that you would like to pass along to our family's youngest generation? Like I'm thinking like my children that you would say, or even to me, that you've learned?
I would say enjoy your life.
Yeah.
It goes fast. Enjoy your kids. Go see things. Well, they're having pretty life going back and forth, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quite the travelers so far. I think they're but I think what you said, that first part, is sometimes overlooked. Enjoy your life, like you said. Sometimes people live their lives for other people.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to have. You have to enjoy. Like I'm sick, but I enjoy my life.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, this one's one of my favorite questions to ask.
Is it an easy question to answer?
It could be.
Okay.
But maybe not.
Go for it. Have you got this on?
Yeah, it's on. Looking back, what's one embarrassing memory you still cringe at today?
Happened in Mexico.
At my wedding? When you got sick? Yeah.
No, when I fell out of the chair.
Oh, the chair
broke and I was in a dress.
I was going to say, it's not your fault you got sick, but...
That's probably, I mean, how much more embarrassing could anything be?
And that was a pretty big wedding.
Yeah, I know.
And you guys were right in the center, I think, right?
Yeah,
your table?
Yeah, and I was wearing a dress and the chair broke and
That was pretty embarrassing. Oh, that's
funny. Did I ever do
funny.
anything else embarrassing? I'm sure I did, but that has always stuck with me.
I can't remember if I discussed this in my conversation with my grandpa McGinn, but as an example, here's something I remember. I'll share something embarrassing with you since you were sharing that with me. I remember I had my first home there on 1370 Craig Flower, and I wanted Bob and Pamela to come over, and my dad and Sarah, and I was going to make them breakfast. And I was like 21 or 20.
Craig Flower, is that on the water there?
Yeah, close to the gorge.
Yeah, the gorge. Right.
And so I invited them over for breakfast, and I made scrambled eggs. And I put like a ton of garlic in the eggs.
Oh.
It's just gross thinking back. And I'm like,
oh.
I remember too, I even offered them more. And of course, nobody wanted more. But I was just like, oh, add garlic. It's fancy now. Or something. Like, I didn't know what I was doing at all.
No, because you probably never had garlic at home, right?
No, I think we had garlic growing up. But I just never really cooked much.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
And I was just like... happy I had my own house at, quite a young age, and I was like, hey, come over for breakfast. But I had no idea what I was doing in the kitchen.
Less is better than more.
Yeah. I think I want to look back. I remember one of them saying something like, oh, you put garlic in your eggs? And I was like, yeah, I put garlic in everything. Like, I thought we put garlic in everything, right? Like, But I think they all ate their plate, but nobody took seconds. So they do love me. They do love me.
They probably got sick at home.
They
but
probably
anyway,
were like, yeah. And
they
I didn't
probably
pick.
didn't come to your house for dinner anymore.
No, I don't think they came for breakfast again. But I didn't realize that for years, that it was an embarrassing memory. And needless to say, I don't cook eggs with garlic anymore.
No, I've not heard of that.
The next question is, have you ever gotten into any trouble with the law?
No.
No?
No.
You're always good?
Yeah.
That's good.
I've never gotten a ticket when I should have.
You've never gotten a ticket?
No. I was driving down in West Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it's going, but I was up on the highway. And I got stopped. I didn't have insurance.
Uh-oh. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big one.
It is a big one. He said, go down and get insurance. He didn't give me a fine. It's not, we didn't, somehow, I mean, we've always paid it. We've always gotten our plates, right? Every year, and you pay your insurance. I don't know what happened. Maybe because we had just moved there and not had, other things on our mind. And then another one was in Courtney. Melissa went to, after I had an appointment, and I said, are you sure this appointment? Yes. So I went to go, around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my cell phone, and I thought, well, she was fine, I won't be there. I'm coming out right away. And the policeman saw me, and when I turned the corner, he says, you're on your cell phone. I said, He said, don't do it again. So I was very, very lucky.
But you've made it this far in life without getting a single ticket. That's pretty good, Grandma.
Yeah.
I've had a couple, not many, but that's pretty good.
Driving? Yeah. Going too fast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, me? Oh, me? No.
Yeah.
I've never had a speeding ticket.
Mm.
I was turning left at a light. I guess I wasn't allowed to during that time. I was turning left on Douglas onto Bay.
Yeah.
And I guess you can't do that at certain times, but it was like, sorry, that's what it was. I thought it was during certain times, like 4 to 6 p.m. or something, because it was like 8 or 9 p.m. at night, and I was like, whoa, it's green, there's no cars, and yeah, he gave me a ticket because I turned left. It was green, like it was totally safe, but it was actually, you're not allowed to turn left ever. There, which I didn't know.
That's your only ticket.
I generally, no, I got into trouble drinking alcohol and then trying to drive once too.
Oh, that's bad, right?
Yeah.
Is that a big ticket?
Yeah, they took my car for 30 days. I had to pay a big impound fee, and I think I had my license revoked for 90 days.
Wow. How old were you?
I was 22, maybe 23.
Oh, wow.
But then shortly after that, that's when I stopped drinking, because I was like, okay, I don't make good decisions drinking. Okay, I'm done. I guess I don't get to do this anymore.
No, you don't do that, Dylan. That's a bad thing.
But it's been over 10 years, so.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah. I don't get in trouble with the law anymore.
Good.
Do you have a favorite piece of relationship advice that you've heard, or that you would say?
Yeah, don't go to bed mad.
Don't go to bed mad. Solve that issue, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That night.
Yeah, or don't mention it. Just go to bed not mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find sometimes it's hard, but it always pays off. Usually to try to make amends with Candy if there is something we're fighting about.
Yeah.
And like you said, that day, because they're not going anywhere.
That's right. That's
you
right.
live in the same place. You might as well make it pleasant.
Why drag it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No, that's good advice, Grandma. Okay, let me see how much time we got.
Don't go to bed without putting your braid in your hair.
Without your braid? Wow. Oh. What do you feel? Here's the next question. We got about 5 minutes, so maybe one or two more questions. What do you feel is your biggest accomplishment in your life?
My children,
Your children?
and I think I did pretty well financially, considering I didn't get any. Do I say it?
Say whatever you'd like to say.
Well, I didn't get my share of the house.
90
grand.
Yeah.
You can play that back to him.
Yeah, for Grandpa? Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a bit about that. If you want, you can talk about it. There's anything you want to say? Like, I don't know how. I heard something. Yeah, like I know when you guys split. My understanding is from hearing from my parent, my mom, or my aunts or uncles, or you, is that you got a pretty slim portion from the divorce, an unfair portion, let's say. Yeah. How did you deal with that? Because you had to start all over again, right?
Yeah. How to deal with it? I got on with it and saved my money and started buying houses and fixing them up. And I built, I built Grandma's house in White Rock. And I asked Steve, because he's a builder, I said, well, what should I charge for that, right? And he said 15,000. So that got me started. And I bought Grandma's house for 200,000. That's what she paid.
The one
no,
in Crown Isle?
Yeah, I built it for 150,000. She sold it, had it up for 200. I bought it, but I think now there was no real estate fees. I shouldn't have paid 200,000.
No.
Well, do you know what I mean? It wasn't sold by realty. But anyway, that's water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the question?
What did you feel was your biggest accomplishment in your life? And you said it was your children.
Yeah.
And that you've done pretty well considering. Yeah, from what I understand, you had to basically start from scratch again after you guys got divorced. How many years were you guys married, actually?
18.
18 years, yeah. That's a big chunk of life to have to start over with very little.
Yeah, it is. But
is there any major accomplishments in your life that you didn't do that you wish you had done?
Accomplishments.
Yeah.
Wish there was some. Well, I wish I would have traveled more in the world.
Yeah, wish you'd seen more places.
Yeah, but I didn't like flying.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
That does get hard.
So really, I mean, like I said, I've been to California many times, and Fiji, Hawaii, Australia. So I've seen.
That's good. So let's see what I think we're getting close to an hour, but we only have 10 questions left.
Okay.
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, get it done.
Get it done? Okay.
No, I didn't mean that in a bad way.
No, that's okay.
But I mean, we're here doing it.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going then. So why don't I? No. Okay. All right. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you would want me to know as a parent? That I should do, or that you wish you did more of as a parent? Because I'm Ryan's 3, Danny's 6 months, and I think I'll just add a little context because
maybe we restrict about some things, like certain movies and stuff like that. Other kids
would be allowed to watch it, and how to, and what you wish you.
Well, I wish we weren't that strict, right?
Yeah.
I mean, kids were pretty. They weren't as naive as we were when we were young.
Yeah, there's a lot more access to information nowadays.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're saying try to be more open with what kind of information we're providing them, like try to keep them up with their peers.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a decade of your life that you think of as the best or that you enjoyed the most?
Well, I mean, well, what I enjoyed the most in a certain time
Yeah.
was my trip to Australia and Hawaii and Fiji and seeing just that so different from Canada, right?
Yeah.
And
They're beautiful.
oh, we went all the way around into Ayers Rock, and yeah, it was fun. That was a good part, yeah.
Okay, this one's a little tough. Are there any conversations you regret not having with your parents?
We didn't really converse with parents about anything important.
No.
No, not really. How did other people answer that?
Um,
Important conversation.
I can't remember what Bob said, but I don't know. Like, I guess I asked that because I still have my grandparents and my parents, and
Have you had done this with Melanie?
no,
Oh.
I'm just doing my grandparents right now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just, you know, those opportunities aren't always there, and I guess if there's something that if there's mistakes or if there was reconsideration of things for me, like let's say I'm older and my parents are gone, and I go, man, I really wish I
Oh.
asked my dad about this, or
Oh,
I
yes.
told him this,
Oh,
or
I've
my
had
mom
that.
this.
I've had that.
Oh, and what were those
Well,
things you wish?
I have to think, but I want to, oh, what did he really do in Indonesia? And oh, now that I have to think of it, but there was lots of things I wanted to ask my dad about their family, probably, and same with on my mom's side, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't come about. But you figure out a lot of stuff that we didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that's we don't know that sometimes I think uh, I get so preoccupied in my own life and my own family that's kind of why I wrote out these questions is that know maybe I should take a moment, stop, talk to some of the elders in my family and try to understand my family's story a little bit because
Yeah. Like, I don't even know where my mom and dad met. I've never asked, right?
yeah, how did they
they
meet?
meet? That's important, isn't it?
I think so.
And I have lots of questions about the war, like when they had to leave and what exactly happened. They were young, so they never talked badly of the war because they were young, and it doesn't affect them the say it does people who are married and have children and everything, right? They didn't have any of that.
I can't imagine being there and having children.
Yeah.
What a tragedy. Especially
well, Kobe was born during the war, and Wilma was born at the end of the war. And I think Kobe probably had more teeth problems. I think that probably didn't get enough
food
Yeah.
as a baby, as a young child.
Not food, but
Nutrition?
calcium and the right nutrition. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, they never said they went hungry. No.
I was talking with your cousin, Herman Westland, and one of the things that stuck with me that he talked about, because I think he's a bit older than your mom. I think he's about 10 years
10
older.
years older. Yeah, exactly 10 years.
And I remember he said when he was in Holland during the war, I think he said he remembers being on his bike and looking out over like a field and watching these two planes fighting each other.
Weird,
and then he said he just saw one of them just go crashed.
Yeah. Did you know Grandpa was called to go to Germany?
Yeah, I think I heard something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like, was it so he'd go work in manufacturing or like
Well,
they want him to go fight? Like, I don't know.
They just came and said he had to come to Germany, and he didn't go. His sister worked for somebody, and he said, "No, don't let him go to Germany." So he went into hiding.
Mm.
So when they came to the dorm, they said, "Where's your husband?" She said, "Well, he went to Germany." And they checked the house out and everything.
Do you know where your dad hid?
Probably on a farm. Most people went to farms.
It went out to the countryside?
Yeah, yeah.
Where there's less people?
Yeah.
God, what a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's lots of tension with like Russia, and there's the Ukraine war, and there's stuff going with Gaza and Israel and Lebanon and Iran, and then there's China and Taiwan. And I worry about my children, but fortunately there's no conflict here in Canada yet. But
we're very lucky to be here.
That's exactly.
And you know, when you think people have always been at war. What good does it do? Do they need more land? I don't think they needed more land.
No.
I think that if women ran the countries, it would be better. Sorry. Okay, what other question?
I'm realizing the one in this book is slightly different than the other ones I printed out, but
Hurry
that's
up, your
okay.
types are getting moldy. I'm joking.
What have you learned in your life is the most important thing to focus on?
The way you live, I guess.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, that's the most important thing in your life is how you live.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like, you mean like the home you live in, or like what you do?
Well, the whole thing. This is your home, and yeah, your activities are all centered here, and friends, and to me, home is home. I love home.
It's nice making home cozy and comfortable, and
yeah,
those things are nice. Okay, this one's a little grim, but it is what it is. And I asked Bob the same ones. What are your thoughts on death and dying?
I'm looking forward to it. It's such a nice experience. I look at it this way: in 100 years, everyone here will be dead.
That's right.
Basically, right? And that's gone on for ages and ages and millenniums and everything else, right? What do I think of it? Well, I'd like to have more of it.
More life? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't dwell on this. You know, I really don't. That'd be horrible. It hits me once in a while, right? But it's a hard thing. You lose people in your family, right?
I haven't really experienced much death, fortunately.
No.
I mean, I lost some great grandparents, but
you didn't know them.
I wasn't really close with any of them except for maybe Jan's mom, and she died in 2010 or 11, I think. But she was always at Granny, so whenever I went to see her, she was always there. Like
that was her sister, Jan's sister?
Or? No, Jan's mom.
Mom.
Verna.
Oh, okay.
I was sad when she passed.
Yeah.
But
did she live in White Rock as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she was originally from Cape Breton.
Oh, okay. So death, yeah, well.
Do you think, like, do you feel like faith is an important part of death, or is it something that, you know, you do, or do you kind of see it as like, I'm just gonna go into the ground one day and be part of the earth again?
Ask it again. Get it right.
Yeah, so I'm just asking, how do you feel about death and dying, and what do you think happens also after?
I come from a very religious family, my sisters and
yeah,
right, But my parents weren't terribly, but I think they believed in God.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel the same.
Well, when I watch wildlife shows, and I said, why would God make animals torture each other and kill each other?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what about all the people that don't have anything to eat? I mean, that's our job is to take care of that. But there's a lot of things that I would like there to be heaven.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do I think? At this point in my life, I'm 32, my opinion is that in general, the morals and values of the Bible
Are good.
are very good.
Yeah.
And I think we should do everything we can to protect almost all of those morals and values.
I agree totally. And I would love, and Jesus was, like, he was on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's in the documents.
Yeah.
It just seems so storybook. Right?
Yeah, I think, this is what I think a little bit. So I think as us as society, we kind of threw out the old saying of throwing out the baby with the bathwater.
Right.
In that people have given up on, say, Christianity. But at least for me, the real value isn't that, okay, I get to go to heaven and be with all my friends and everything's happy-go-lucky. It's that there's morals and values and foundations in those books that say, look, if you can try to follow these values, you're going to have a pretty good life. So just try. It's hard, but just try to stay on track with some of these values and morals.
Well, yeah, if you read the Ten Commandments, it's,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we should be going by them, right?
It's a nice way to live life. I mean, because before that wasn't the rule, right? It was there was different ways of approaching those things.
Yeah.
Or the idea of turning the other cheek, or love thy neighbor, right? Like those are
what's
pretty.
your thoughts though about a God or
God? I don't think there's God.
no?
I think I'm an organism here on the planet. I'm part of the ecosystem, so to say. And the most important thing I can do is try to
Be good
and teach my sons to be good.
Yeah, but you still have this little bit of hope.
A little bit of hope. I would love to go up there and meet all my relatives that I don't know and hear so many stories.
My sister Lynn says I couldn't live without God.
And I think also a mistake society does is, I think, at least nowadays, I find that so many people stomp on that. They don't respect
the people that do.
The people that do have, especially Christianity, at least is how I feel, is other religions.
Do you know
are a bit
that
more...
that's the biggest religion in the world is Christianity?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. Okay, this next one's not very fun either, Grandma.
Oh, okay.
But they're asked because I'm curious and part to make this process nice.
You want to know how I make my hair so nice? Is that the question?
Well,
Yes.
It's what would you like for people to say about you at your funeral?
I want them all to fall down and
bow and
yes.
praise.
Yes.
Admiration. Yeah.
Okay, what do I think about that?
Yeah, like what, we don't know when that day comes in our life, and I guess I just wonder, like, how you feel is the most important thing, I guess, that when you die, that people look back and what they would say about you at your funeral.
Yeah. Well, they say good things.
Good thing? Yeah.
I'm not going to have a funeral.
No?
No, I'm going to, whatever family's here, I'd like them to gather somewhere in a private room in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And just celebrate me.
And
pray.
You'd like it to be a celebration of your life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't want the big procession and everything. I don't need that. I want to be cremated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Is there something specific that's important to you to be like how you want to be remembered in that sense?
Well, I hope I've been a likable person.
Mm-hmm. A nice person.
Well, I don't know.
A good grandma. You've been a good grandmother to me.
No, yeah. What else can I say? You hope people. Yeah, I like people.
Mm-hmm.
I like visiting.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really have anything to do with that, but
It's okay. I mean, it's a difficult subject, and it is a tough one to just be asked
yeah,
about.
read it to me again.
So I kind of mixed two in there. One was, what do you want people to say about you at your funeral?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one I mixed in was, how do you want to be remembered?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I hope I'm remembered that maybe they liked me.
Yeah.
I know I was. Oh no, I shouldn't say.
I can go to the next question if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay. If you could leave a message for your great grandchildren, all your family present, sorry, all present and those to come, what would it be? Or is there something you would be?
I would say live every day of your life as if there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't. I mean, sometimes you're waiting, right?
Yeah. I know that
waiting
feeling.
for something to happen, or you're going to go on holidays in a week, but you have to try every day to enjoy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's. I mean, we can't always do that, right?
Those are very, no, I think that's really good. Not that you need me to say it's really good, but that makes me think of something I remember hearing, and it was something along the lines of, uh, it was like, enjoy your present day because that's where your life is.
It is.
It's
'Cause
not.
your life could be gone tomorrow.
It's not what happened, and it's not what's gonna come. Just enjoy
Yeah.
the day. And I struggle with that sometimes,
Do
but
you?
I think
Yeah. Well, I think we all do sometimes.
Yeah.
But to me, yeah, I don't know. I'm content. I am content.
That's good. That's a good place to be in life.
I know I don't do much. I don't have a lot of energy, but I still enjoy people and company and eating. Eating.
And buns.
Oh, I
Well,
didn't get my bun.
but that's a lot to say that because some people are always focused on the superficial things and buying the next outfit or getting the next promotion or whatever, right? And I think it says a lot to say that you're content with where you
Are we
are.
off now?
No.
Oh.
We're almost. It was just a little quiet, so it was just saying it couldn't hear it, but it's fine. It said that last time. It can still hear us. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's only a couple questions left. So the other one was, okay, so now these are a little bit about me, just because I'm doing the interview, so I get to do that.
Okay. Yes, you're wonderful, Bill.
No. What's the thing you hope most for me concerning my future?
Well, I hope you have a wonderful, happy life with your family
Mm-hmm.
and your career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that just about covers everything.
That's it. And do you have a favorite memory with me that you remember?
Yes.
What? What is it?
We were walking in Vancouver Park and we were looking at the ducks.
Yeah.
Gaki, gaki, gaki. Oh, and I remember we carried you down to the Safeway store. We were gonna get some stuff.
This is the same day?
No.
No. Okay.
And she said, "Oh, I didn't know you were pregnant. I thought you were my baby."
Aw.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, you were. How old were you when Mom made you a grandma?
30. Okay, wait a minute.
Mom was what? 19?
Yeah, 19. And how old is she? 52.
Yeah.
You figure it out. I can't think that. No, I can't think that deep right now.
That's okay. So we were at the park and I was all,
Gaki.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you remember about little Dylan. That's cute.
Yeah.
What park was
I
that at?
remember you guys coming camping, Eugene and I.
At Oyster River?
Yeah.
That's probably
Paradise. Wasn't it called Paradise something? Or?
like the campground
Yeah.
right on the ocean there.
Playground? Pacific Playground?
Pacific Playground. That's probably, I think, Grandma, my favorite memory with you.
Yeah.
And I remember not knowing who everyone was there, but I think, yeah, we did Oma's birthday party or something, right?
Yeah.
Your mom's birthday. And I remember there was a pool there I loved being in, and there was a river, and I loved swimming in the river. And then we could
That's when you were older.
and there was the dock. We could go down to the marina and look for like minnows and little.
But when you were
fish.
really little, you were what, maybe 3, 4, 4, 5, something like that. Yeah, when we went to that campground, and we had the RV then. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you liked that pool.
I love that pool. I remember that pool perfectly in my mind.
Yeah.
I could tell you. Yeah, I can see it in my head.
You've never been in the pool? Yeah, you've been in our pool.
This one here, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little nicer than the one at Pacific Playgrounds. Oh, that was fun though there, camping with you guys.
I loved camping there.
And you had marshmallows. Do you remember marshmallows?
Yeah.
On the sticks?
Yeah. I think next year we're gonna probably start camping with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here or there? Mexico or?
We might
do. They
do.
have campgrounds in Mexico?
They do. They
Oh,
do.
they
There's
do.
like cabins.
Yeah. Like in where you live in that area or not?
There's no real trees where candies. There is, but they got big, huge spines on them because it's so dry.
Oh, okay. So where would you go for holiday?
But a couple hours away.
Lake, a really big lake.
Lake Chapala.
Yeah, that's a couple hours, isn't it?
Yeah. So just south of there, it gets pretty nice. A lot less dry. You kind of come down off the high elevation of where Candy's Town is. Yeah.
Okay. And so it's a swimming lake?
No.
Oh, it's not?
No, they pump all sorts of stuff into that lake.
Well, where can you go? Is there any lakes you can go to? You guys are going to run out of water down there, aren't you? That's what I heard.
They take it all from underground. But let's, I'm almost done this.
Okay.
One last question I got for you.
Okay.
And it's pretty basic. Is there anything left? Is there anything you'd like to say before we end this?
Amen.
Amen. Well, you're the most humorous grandma of the other one I've done in this one. More laughs, I think so. And you said you weren't funny. That was actually something you're supposed to say. Your funniest memory.
Okay, this is my funniest memory now.
All right.
That's it. Amen.
Okay. Amen. Okay, and then I just want to close with saying I love you and thanks for taking the time.
Oh, you're welcome. I love you too.
Thank you for letting me record this. Okay, that's it.
That's it.
I'm going to hit off now. Thank you.